What's good? What's good, you two? Y'all already know what's going on, man. It's the one and only OG Hollywood in the back in the house, man. As I bring to you the Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we keep it 110 all the way across the board, man. And we swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Before I get started, if you haven't got that Savage Drive girl, what you waiting on? Go to www.oghollywoodspeaks and get that Savage Drive girl, man. Well, today we got in studio an individual by the name of Lil G. Some of y'all probably seen him on the Dayroom time a couple of weeks ago, but he was in somebody else's story. But now he's here to tell his own story and his time spent in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So without further ado, let's tap in with G, please. What's good, Jeezy?
What's good, Hollywood? What's going on, my boy?
All like I said, man, I told the people, man, we here today, man, let you tell your story, man. Last week, it was somebody else's story being told, so we had to bring you back so you can tell your story, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, go ahead and tell the people where you're from, what led to the prison, man.
Um, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, man. Known as the murder capital. I'm from the south side part, the bottom part of Fort Worth, Texas. What led me to the TDC, the criminal Department of Criminal Justice is I had like 9, 10 aggravated robberies, man, and that's what led me to TDCJ.
So let me ask this, man. Growing up in Fort Worth, as you call it, Murder Worth, Texas, right?
Right.
What was that like for Lil G?
Oh man, it was an experience, bro. I mean, it's like any other hood in the surrounding areas, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you poverty stricken. You had a combination, a whole bunch of everything, man. You know what I mean? So shit. I mean, it was kind of tedious for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going through a bunch of different elements. You know what I'm saying? With family structure and things of this nature here. But for the most part, man, you know what I'm talking about? Shit. It will build me to the person I am today.
So, man, I've known you for quite some time, man, and I'm gonna ask this question only because I know it. So what led you to the gang side of life?
Well, it was like I mean, we kind of inherited, you know what I'm saying? We kind of inherit the mentality, you know, understand me, come away from various areas like California, Shreveport, Louisiana, and things of this nature here. And so, it was just, I mean, we was all family, man. You know what I'm saying? All of us went to school together. We didn't broke bread. You know what I'm saying? So, you just, I mean, you become a product of your own community, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what led me to the gang life.
So during that time, as far as you uh on the gang side of life, right? If you can see any difference between when you first started gang banging versus the guys that's doing it now, what was the difference between you all and the guys that's doing it now?
Where the difference is that it was it was a high level of intensity, man. You know what I'm saying? The intensity level is totally different from as opposed to then, as opposed to now. I mean, gang bang with this, it is full force. You know what I mean? I mean, it was like an everyday thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It was damn near spooky, bro. You know what I'm talking about? In a lot of ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you never could determine or dictate. You understand me? Leaving about your house, man. You know what I'm saying? What was going to happen? You understand? Within the next 5 or 10 minutes, it was just that tense. You know what I mean? From the gang culture, from various parts, from the east side, from the south side, north side, and west. So it was the intensity level. You understand me? Was extremely high as opposed to it is today.
So in other words, uh during your time of gang banging, there was a lot more violence, a lot more killing, right? Am I
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
now we all know, as far as in that situation, you still can get killed. The person can get killed anywhere, whether you're in a gang or not, right?
Right.
And the reason why I ask you that, because I've never been affiliated, but I can tell the difference between uh, then versus now. And what I mean
Right.
by that is uh, let's say, for instance, as far as in prison, right?
Right.
I seen a time when when we was in prison, man. The same thing stood on the street, stood in prison,
For sure. For
right?
sure.
And later on, years later on, I guess everybody came to a conclusion that, man, hold up. At the end of the day, you it is, but I'm this. But it's one thing we have in common. We still the same color.
Right. In my humble opinion, the mentality, man. It was all about your mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're coming from an environment, man, you understand me, where where people are at the bottom of the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? You have a tendency of developing a mentality where it's like your clothing line is savage. You become a savage, man. You know what I'm saying? You start victimizing your own kind, and trying to take advantage of certain situations, man. You know what I'm saying? To better your situation. You know what I mean? So I became a high profile, robber, man. You know what I mean? So it's like I took shit from people, man. You know what I mean? You understand me? Just to be able to come up with the mere necessity that I didn't have at that point in time. So and I kind of develop a drive for that. You know what I'm saying? Just taking shit from people, man. You understand me? And when I've been shot twice. You know what I'm saying? In gang related shootings. My grandmother's house got shot up. You know what I mean? So that kind of accelerated it, man. You know what I mean? When you up under this type of pressure, you know that it was kind of real on these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of it. You became a part of your own community, man. You understand me? Especially when you have the have nots. So, and that's just what led us, you understand me, to the gang culture, man. You know what I mean? Although we developed that mentality, you understand me, from various areas, you know, the same struggle applied everywhere. We was part of that struggle, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of related and we blended in into that struggle. You understand me? We made that struggle our struggle. You know what I mean? So, and we just took flight. It was like a everyday occurrence, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, death was around the corner, but we became so immune to it because we were so often used to seeing death. You know what I mean? So it was to the point where, you understand me, I didn't give a fuck if I was living or dying, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew eventually my time was gonna come. And that's just the mentality that we had. You know what I mean? Our time was gonna come. We never knew when it was gonna come, but it was gonna come. So it was like, well, I'd rather, you understand me, take me one out before I get taken out, or take me 2 or 3 out before I get taken out. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the mentality that we had. Well, going on, we started developing. You understand me? That, man, a lot of that shit, was a bunch of lies, man. You know what I'm saying? We was lied to on a whole bunch of levels. You know what I mean? California's struggle wasn't really our struggle. They fought against police brutality. They had a reason to bridge the gaps and come together. You understand me? To Because their forces that they were fighting was totally different from ours. You know what I mean? We struggled with drugs and pimp players, and what I'm saying, we had our mediocre gangs, but they wasn't as extremely as large, you understand me, as it was in California or Shreveport, Louisiana. So, but eventually, you understand me, over time it became that.
So it's 2023, right? Why do people continue to gravitate towards gangs when they know the end result?
Well, like I say, it goes back. Or you know what I'm saying. In my humble opinion, man, it's the elders, man. You know what I'm saying. We have forgotten how to lead. We don't have that type of leadership in our communities no more. Nowadays it's me, it's just like us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a generation of curse. You know what I'm saying? I remember at times where, old school used to pull me to the side, you understand me, at a younger age, man. And man, you need to go to school, man, go to college, man, get you a good education, man, get you a good job, you understand me, and build your family. You know what I'm saying? That was the idea of a model man at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't tell me no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now when all my partners out here flagging, game banging, you know what I'm saying, packing pistols, selling crack, you understand me? You know what I'm saying? Doing other things, you understand me, that was generating a lot of respect. So you couldn't tell me nothing. And that applies today. Today's time, and you can't tell these cats nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're down to become a deacon. You know what I'm saying? You become the next Malcolm X, man, and people ain't trying to hear that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of things that stem me fall on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? But God blessed us with two ears and one mouth. We can listen twice as much as we speak. But we don't inject that wisdom. We don't inject that wisdom nowadays, man. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us, in a lot of ways, man, you know what I'm saying, are afraid to even attack it on their level because we once was them people, man. You know what I mean? We was once them. You know what I'm talking about? So, you become afraid of your own shadow. You know what I mean? So a lot of us just refrain from, even trying to or make an attempt to interject anything against them on that level, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it fall on deaf ears anyway.
So let's talk prison talk.
For sure.
Let's talk prison talk. So, at what age did you finally get locked up?
I got certified at the age of 15. I actually hit TDC at the age of 16. I was certified as a juvenile delinquent, man, and I never had the opportunity to go to state school. I never had an opportunity to go to boys' home. I went from juvenile facility to the county jail straight to TDC. So I didn't have the type of opportunity that other people had, you know what I mean, due to the fact of the intensity of my case. So I got certified at a young age, man. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stumped my growth a little bit.
Going to TDC at the age of 16, hell of a culture shock, right?
For sure. Yes, sir.
What
It
was
was
it?
it was
What was it like for you at the age of
oh man,
16
oh
entering the
man,
prison?
man, I say, just to be real with you, man, you understand me? Shit, I was damn scared straight, bro. You know what I mean? Just to be real, like, even though I came from an environment, man, where you couldn't show no fear, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been fighting all my life, so I knew that wasn't gonna be a problem. You understand me? But the most frightful thing of was is that you didn't know what to expect, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's part of the culture shock for us all, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what to expect when we got there. You know what I'm saying? So, and we done heard so many stories, man. I'm down there. My whole family had been to prison. My uncles and all that type of shit there. And they used to come back and tell us certain stories and shit about prison, man, and how the guards, you understand me, used to kill nigga, throw them over the balcony and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, you had that type of idea going in, and you never knew what to expect. You never knew, you understand me, what the next man move was. You know what I mean? So that was part of the culture shock, you understand me, that we had to experience going into prison at such a young age.
When you finally got there, G, uh, what was the first unit?
My first unit was Clemens, Brazoria, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I went to Clemens in Brazoria, Texas, to Burning Hill. That was my first unit, man. I hit. It was in 1995. I believe I was there in 1995. And coming through the back gate, man, they was going to the fields at the time, and shit, man, I started, you understand me, I knew then, man, what my job occupation was gonna be anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, because when you got your health, your strength, and things of this nature here, man, that's where that first place they don't give you no other option unless you got an ailment. You know what I'm saying? So, some people, you understand me, had disabilities, was able to go to the kitchen and work in the kitchen jobs and shit like this here. They send me straight to where the field niggas at, man. I'm picking cotton and you know, uh You know what I'm saying? I was picking cotton, you understand me, them old itch ass okra, you know what I'm talking about? So that's where I was at, man. I was a field nigga, huh?
So let's talk about some of the things you went to on the Clemens unit, right?
For sure.
Uh, Going into the Clemens unit as a crip, right?
Yeah.
Was you automatic recognized as far as from a crib standpoint and a leader standpoint? What was that like for you?
Well, I can't say from a leader standpoint because I was young. But far as from a crip perspective, you understand me? I had homies that was already there that I was born and raised with from the streets, man. So we kind of connected. We jailed it automatically, you know what I'm saying? Because we come from the same blocks. But a lot of people did know me. You know what I mean? So it was like, it's like any other unit, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though you had partners, you understand me, that you grew up with, man, you still had to prove yourself as worthy. You know what I'm saying? You have to, people gonna challenge your manhood. You know what I'm saying? They used to come up with a term, you're gonna fuck fight or bust to 60. You know what I'm saying? So, I was like, man, listen, I'm not doing either one. You understand me? So, I grew the mentality where I'm gonna pick up these hatchets, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just what that was, man. So that kind of developed, you understand me, my savage way of living, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I never I never knew that, you understand me, you know what I'm saying, going in that, you know, black men that responded to other black men on this level. You know what I'm saying? You would think that, you have an elder or two that would try to, reach and teach and educate you, you understand me, try to show you something different. You know what I'm saying? Being that you was in a compromised position. But it didn't happen like that.
So uh, let's talk about the first altercation on the Clemens unit. What was that like for you?
My first altercation was, they had this thing called the aggravated rooftop, where all newcomers that came inside the system, you understand me, or they had to be checked in. You know what I mean? So, we had to fight. You know what I mean? So, motherfuckers to unplug the TV, all hoes go in the house. I understand them niggas gonna be out here. But everybody that was brand new, man, you understand me? You had to basically, you know what I'm saying? You was challenged. Like I say, your manhood was challenged off the rip. You know what I mean? And you had to prove that, man, that you was a stand-up guy. If not, man, you know what I'm saying? The weak get savage, bro. They get devoured in them type of places, man. You know what I'm saying? They get totally taken advantage of. And I just refuse to be taken advantage of, man. So I fought, man.
I want to bring you back to this, man, because I've heard other people spill on it, meaning Crip Night, Blue Hands. I heard they spill on it
Right.
about the Crip on Crip ride,
Yeah.
and I got you here to give me your
well,
spill.
like I say, we kind of inherit, somebody else's beef. You know what I'm saying? Because who was in zones, we never got along, man. You know what I mean? And we kind of learned that type of shit. You understand me, through rap music, man. When the Crip and Blood tape came out, at the point in time, we wasn't kind of groomed, we wasn't educated. You understand me, on how full fledged this Crip shit was. You understand me? Until we started picking up the lyrics or whatnot, we really didn't too much know how to diss Bloods at the time. You know what I'm saying? Until we start hearing it on music, they start calling them slobs and and slaw and blood start calling Crip E Rickets and crabs and shit like this here. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of picked up the lingo, and we knew that, you understand me, that different sets didn't get along. You know what I'm saying? So that was just part of it. And then, it was kind of complex for us, coming out of Fort Worth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we were fighting against a lot of elements, man. Because a lot of people knew that, we was known for gang banging, but they didn't think that we was known for fighting either. But we've been fighting all our life. So, you had, what I'm saying, it was a set trip thing, then it was a city trip thing. You know what I mean? So that was part of it. And that's the mentality that we gravitated towards. And we were gonna stand, we were gonna stand on that to the death of us. You know what I'm saying? If you was 6 30s, any rolling set, you understand me, anything outside of Hoover, because we alleged to be ABK. We anybody killer. We don't give a fuck. We renegades. You know what I'm saying? So that was just it. You know what I'm saying? Our mentality was on that level. You understand me? Well, we didn't gain no. We didn't respect nothing. We didn't respect nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of jumped off the crip on crip ride. You understand me? Or a lot of them cats was coming from state school. They haven't even experienced the penitentiary yet. You know what I mean? We done already been here, going to fields 3 times a day, eating this weak ass Vita Pro, this shit killing us down here. So we already angry, we already mad. You know what I'm saying? So, because the system, you understand me, the system condition was poorly initiated, man. So we was already fucked up. And then, when they brought them cats in from state school, you know what I mean? We didn't heard certain different names and whatnot. You understand me? And I was the type of one, man. Look, I challenged everything. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you was a gorilla, you understand me? I feel like I was a gorilla too, so I was gonna challenge that.
Yeah. So uh once all that took place, right? For you, what did you get from that? What did you learn from that?
Man, we didn't get nothing from it, man. We just, cause it kind of exploded our own ignoramus, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Because, like I say, you understand me? The system have a way of designing certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? When they already know. You understand me? So, it was a point where, you understand me, Crips and Blood were kind of separated. Then they started migrating us together, knowing that, you understand, we really didn't get along. You know what I'm saying? And we carried that mentality from the streets to prison. You know, understand me? It was gang banging in the system just as well as it was just as hard in the system as it was on the streets. So, the system kind of designed it. You know what I'm saying? It was set up, but we were so ignorant of the fact that what we didn't, you understand me, you couldn't put no blood or no zone nigga in the cell with me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't accept it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, it was a whole bunch of shit, you understand, that was going on because it was a trust factor, my nigga. I couldn't trust this man. I couldn't sleep in the same household or in the same facility with this cat, man, knowing that we march enemies. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it was, and the system designed it. It set it up like that. You know what I'm saying? They exploited our ignoramus. We just didn't know.
Speaking of the system, right? What's so different about the system when using it versus now?
Well, the difference is that they come out with their Safe Prison Act. At the time I was there was no such a thing as a Safe Prison Act. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of buckle down on, you understand me? You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's concerning Caucasians and, understand me, weak ass Mexicans, man. You know what I'm saying? They were kind of taken advantage of. And they got tired of the complaints, man. People on the outside, we didn't know this. The people on the outside was kind of it was campaigning, you know what I'm saying, about their children. You know what I'm saying? Getting the opportunity to come home. You know what I'm saying? This supposed to be a facility where it rehabilitates you. You know what I'm saying? Some a facility where you're supposed to learn something and come out to be a model man. You know what I'm saying? But it was the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Me, some of us, you understand me, you know what I'm saying, went through those channels and some of us didn't. You know what I mean? So, and it was kind of complex, you understand me, especially for me because I ain't have nobody. So shit, I did the same thing in there that I did on the streets. I took shit.
Yeah.
I ran up in motherfucking houses. You go to the fields. I ain't going to the fields. I'm going to go knock that locker box off. You know what I'm saying? If, yeah, you know what I'm saying? If, you got a fan, you understand me, that blow a little bit harder than mine. You understand me? Now, you ain't, you shouldn't have that luxury. You know what I'm saying? When, shit, I ain't finna suffer for nobody. You know what I mean? So that's just the mentality that I had, man. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people hated me for it, man. You know what I'm talking about? But shit, I didn't give a damn. You know, understand me? Because it was a vibe of the fetish. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I go melt them lockers. I go melt them locks. I don't give a damn you got a lock on that motherfucker or not. I go melt that boy off. You know what I'm saying? So, I did a whole bunch of shit that I was doing on the streets, man, and started the system, man.
Once again, realize people realize, story, you can't get that nowhere else But here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we keep it 110 all the way across the board, man, nothing's ever scripted, man. Like I said, we got Lil G in the building from Funkytown, Fort Worth, aka Merleworth, Texas. So, at what point in time did you tell yourself, man, uh, enough is enough?
I mean, I've been through a lot of wars, man. I've been through a combination, a whole bunch of things, man. Riots. I'd have been stabbed. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been jumped on by officers. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a rebel. I rebelled against the system. I refused to allow the system, you understand me, to control me. I remember coming into contact with a sergeant on Cofield, and this motherfucker made me so mad, Hollywood, man. This bitch really pissed me off to where I became borderline racist, man, behind the statement this motherfucker had told me. He was like, man, I control everything about you. I control when you eat, I control when you sleep, and I control when you come in and out this motherfucking cell, man. You know what I'm saying? You had no system of control. And it was like, damn, it kind of dawned on me, man. You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't even a man in a facility where I was barking like I was one. You know what I'm saying? He said the only thing I don't control, you understand me, is when you piss and shit, and nature controls that. So that's when it dawned on me, man, that I had no system of control of my life. You know what I'm saying? I was in a controlled environment. However, I was kind of used to it, man, because when I came into contact of the 5% nation of God's and earth, you know what I'm saying? It teaches us that, you was born inside of a hostile environment when you was roaming amongst bees and trees of cells inside your mother's womb. So you was a born fighter, you know what I'm saying? And you became out the victorious one. So I took that analogy against them and I applied it to my everyday life, man. You know what I'm saying? To where I refuse to allow the system control my mind state on that level. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I began my transition. That's when I had grew out of it, you understand me, the gangster mentality, the gang banging mentality, you understand me, and started getting on some culture shit. I started feed my mind things, you understand me, that was very well conducive, something I can pass on to my children, man. You know what I'm saying? Being that I had one son that was fending for his life, understand me, on the streets by himself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those things, man, had made me think. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dealing with these cats down here and what they had going on from different environments and different geographical locations. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to deal with it like I gotta deal with mines. You know what I'm saying? So that was the start of my transition. Once I heard that statement, I knew then, man, that I had to change something about myself.
So, D, let me ask this, man, if you can remember, because I know the first thing that changes a man, the man has to transform his mind, right?
Yes, sir.
At what point in time did G transform his mind?
Well, I came in contact with a dude named Diamond. He was a Jamaican, out of Dallas, but he actually from Jamaica. We was in the kitchen, man, and he was, he was a fool, man. You know what I'm saying? He was damn near just like me in a lot of ways, man. And he set me down, and he talked some wise words to me, man. Kind of broke me down, bro. You know what I mean? And I had just lost my mother, so and I was going up under that duress, man. And he gave me a book. I believe it was the book of the Message to the Black Man, Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he told me I had 7 days. See, I never been challenged like this in a day in my life. I wasn't used to motherfuckers telling me, you understand me, what I could and what I couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't an avid reader at the time. So I was like, man, it is, I'm looking at the pages. I'm like, man, this motherfucker, it's going to take me down that whole month to finish this book. And you going to tell me you giving me 7 days? So, he like, see, you know what I'm saying? He said, we got to dispel that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Me. So, you know, he fed me, man, and behold, before I knew it, man, I dissected that whole book within 7 days, and I had wrote a report, man, and I was kind of amazed, man, that I had sat at the table literally and wrote a report on what I got out this book, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I was reading through those pages, I was like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? It was the best setup. It was the best setup for a black man in America, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything that Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you understand me, was saying that in the 30s, it was happening now. And I was in the system in 19, what? I got to the system in 1994. and it was happening then. It was current episodes and circumstances that was happening then that he was quoting back in the 1930s. And I'm like, damn, man, you don't understand. I mean, when is it gonna change? So that was my first experience of me transitioning my mentality, man. From I had to dispel, I had to de-educate myself and re-educate myself on a lot of things and a lot of shit I just didn't know.
This interview, G,
Yes, sir.
on Ferguson Chronicle, man, you giving your spiel and your time spent in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, right? What do you really want the people to know about you and what you stand for?
Well, shit. What I stand for, man, is black liberation, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just who I am now. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of prone to seeing, black men and women as well, man. You understand me? Prosper, man, to excel. And we have to, bro. We have to start researching, man. You understand me? Find different ideals on how to approach life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the old way didn't work for us, bro. It didn't work. You know what I mean? I probably didn't try down to everything underneath the sun, man, from selling crack, cocaine, heroin, game banging, you understand me? For being shot, you know what I'm saying? I probably didn't experience at a young age, you understand me, that most adults haven't experienced in all their life. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to take a different approach, and that's what I'm about now. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about reform. I'm all about growth and development. You know what I mean? I'm all about bridging the gaps in between, you know what I'm saying, and having good problem solving skills. That's what I'm about now, man. You know what I mean? It's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Certain things are just necessary, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is who you get now. You know what I'm saying? I destroyed. Well, I done killed that cat. You understand, from years back, man. You know what I'm saying? So the the cat I am today, man. You understand? I try to take a different approach on certain things, man. I'm excuse me. I'm still having kind of issues adapting and becoming accustomed. You understand me out here, because again, it's another culture shock. In the system, respect is real big. Respect is big. You know what I mean? Because you in a closed environment. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have nobody disrespecting you. Understand me, on the level of the world. You didn't have no repercussions behind it. Nowadays, man, there is no respect at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no repercussions. You understand me? So we just have to do something different, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to approach life totally different, man. We got to examine it from a realistic perspective and not just an illusion, bro.
So let me ask you this, man. Uh, and I'm second what you just said a few minutes ago. Like I said, none of this is ever scripted. So
For sure.
anybody that's watching this interview, man, everything that I'm asking G is coming straight from my mind. Uh, there's no certain questions that fits his character. It's just me listening to him and uh conversate. So let me ask this, man. So for a lighter part of your life, you wreaked havoc in the prison system and before you went to prison, right?
For sure.
And when a person comes along and somewhat wreak havoc, not so much as on you, but your mental capacity,
Hmm.
right? And I'm going back on what you said is no respect, right?
Hmm.
When that happens to you, and just like you just said a few minutes ago, when you inside of there, respect is big and you get it because there's nowhere to go, right?
Right.
But in society, when it happens to you, whether it's close up or from afar, how do you handle it?
Well, Hollywood, that's one thing I struggle with. I struggle with it to this very day, bro. Because you know, I don't wish I can't withstand no disrespect, bro. And I only approached it one way. You know what I mean? And that was by brute force. And I have learned this a long time ago, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people are more humble than I am about certain situations. But I've learned that, man, say some people don't understand nothing but pain, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, and it's crazy that it's like that. You understand me? But a lot of us just don't get it until you inflict pain. You know what I mean? People have to understand that you are serious. I mean, it's not a game. I'm through playing games. You know what I mean? I take everything on a serious level, man. A lot of people would consider me as very emotional about a certain things. And I am, you understand me? Because I'm serious about it. I'm passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not me being emotional. It's just about me being passionate about who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna withstand nothing because I don't have to. I don't have to accept anything from nobody, bro. I don't have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Should nobody accept it? You know what I mean? So, and that's just who I am as an individual, as a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, however, I have walked away from a lot of things. I have walked away, and it's kind of shocking to me that I had that I had mustered up enough strength and courage, you understand me, to walk away from a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like I have a lot to gain and too much. I have a lot to lose and a lot of things to gain. So that's what I keep inside my mind. You know what I'm saying? When I get into complex situations or whatever, I have a lot to gain, but a whole bunch to lose, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being in a losing bracket, bro. So some things instead I entertain, some things I just won't entertain at all.
Well, I will say this, man. Uh, in anything in life, man, it's you have to measure your reward up against your risk, man.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, and most of the time, it's better to walk away
For sure.
because on the back end of that is waiting on you was the same thing that you just come from,
Right.
and that's what you measured up against. There's nothing else to measure it up against but that. And like you said, you stand a lot more to lose than you do to gain.
Right.
So, uh, for anybody that's watching this, man, like I said, man, it's nothing about the Ferguson Chronicle where we promote violence, nor do we glamorize prison. And I will say this, and this is a bold statement, like I always said: fuck the Ferguson Unit, fuck TDC as a whole, because it's designed to do one thing, that's to keep any man oppressed from the mindset. So, G man, I've been knowing you for quite some time, man. I'm familiar with your background. I've been up and close and personal with you. I've seen the transformation, man. And I will say this, man. Just like I told you the other day, I'm proud of you, man, because I know you. I knew you then, I know you now. And we all got things to work on because
For
we
sure.
still imperfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, right? Even
Right.
to this day, I'm not perfect. I make
Right.
mistakes.
Right.
And I will say this, man, but I understand one thing, that it's better to walk away because what's waiting on the other side of the fence is on the same thing that you just come from. So for me to you, man, uh, like I always do, man, I let you close the show out on your own note, man. Shout out who you want to shout out to and do what G do, man.
Yeah. First of all, man, let me shout out to my boy Said Low. That man there became he was someone like you, man. He became a tremendous mentor and a lot of things, man. You understand me? He was kind of conducive and played an intricate part. You understand me on me, on my development, man. It's a lot of people, man, that I had come in contact with that I've known. You understand me? Throughout the course of the years, that played an intricate part. You know what I mean? I give a shout out to them cats, man. You understand me for reaching out and really showing their concerns in a lot of ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, man, a man is far from being perfect. He strive for perfection, and sometimes you need that tough love, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was like, one of the cats, you understand me, that showed me a lot of tough love. Or it's various others, man. You understand me, that I can make mention of, or but they know who they are. And I just want to say, man, I salute them, bro, and I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity, man, to give my spiel, man. You know what I mean? Because it is very well necessary. It needs to be out there. Because prison ain't no game, man, and I don't wish that on my worst enemy, homie. You know what I mean? And that's just in real life. You understand me? I don't advise no one um that's out here in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? That's willing to go to prison. You understand me, for status purposes or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that don't make you a man, homie. You know what I'm saying? It don't make you a man at all, fam. Because you're not in control of yourself, man. You know what I mean? It's a system of control, bro, and that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't advise anyone, you know what I'm saying, that's, out here in these streets or whatever, you understand me, to take that avenue. If there is something different that you can actually do, man, do it. Despite public opinion, despite if you're gonna be considered a real nigga, a stiff nigga, a hard nigga, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A nigga is gonna be a nigga, period. You know what I'm saying? A nigga gonna be a nigga, and that's an ignorant ass mentality to have, bro. You know what I mean? So, but then again, I salute you, Hollywood. I appreciate the opportunity, homie. I'm glad we had this decent conversation, bro, because it's much needed, brother.
Like I said, man, this is the people's channel, man. It wouldn't be no channel without the people, man. And I understand, man, this platform is built for people can speak. That's what it's built for. It's not built to keep it concealed. And in other words, like we said down there, to be hauled by me. Although I created it, but it's created for the people to come on and give a spiel, man. And that's just what we do at the Ferguson Chronicle, man. We different, in other words, because I know how important it is, man. It's for a man that's been locked up for a long period of time. People don't understand that for 42 minutes we've been talking, but it's therapeutic for the mind. And when people begin to understand that uh, prison can be traumatizing, just as if you was in the war, and be able to come on here and give your spiel, who knows? An altercation might occur, and the conversation just me and you just had, you'll have the strength to muster up that same strength to walk away. So with all due respect, man, I appreciate you for giving your spiel, man. Not only spiel, grown man spiel. And only grown folks gonna get this. To others, it might go over their head, right? But to be able to salvage what's left of a life is important. And once again, like I said, I knew you then, I know you now. And I much prefer to see you in the state of mind you're in now versus when you were then. Because everything you said was true. You know, prison is a confusing state of mind, man. It can put you in an oppressed state of mind where you do things that you never thought you would ever do in your whole life. So, with that being said, G, man, I salute Said Low, man, and all my partners in Funky Fort Worth, man. Y'all know, y'all, man, I can go on a lifetime naming you, right? Uh, until next time, G.
For sure.
Salute.
Salute.
Once again, real live people, real live stories. You can only get that here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we keep it 110 all the way across the board, man. And just like always, man, all good things must come to an end, man. So salute the people that checked in. Salute the people that didn't check in. But remember to hit that like and that subscribe button, man. Salute.